Welcome to another episode of Ancient Alien Secrets, where we explore the intersection of religious history and hidden mysteries. Today, we delve into a story of great significance for Muslims, a tale that spans time, faith, and divine protection, the story of Ashab-e-Kahf, or the Companions of the Cave. This story is central to Surah Al-Kahf in the Quran, a chapter that holds immense importance for Muslims. We'll explore who these companions were, the lessons we can learn from their steadfast faith, and how their story resonates with similar legends found in Christian and other religious traditions. As always, we'll keep the Quran as our primary source of truth, while also looking into historical texts and other religious scriptures for comparison. Let's begin. In the Quran, the story of Ashab-e-Kahf is presented in Surah Al-Kahf, verses 9 to 26. According to the Quran, Ashab-e-Kahf were a group of young believers who lived in a time of great persecution. They were oppressed for their faith in the one God, and in their desperation, they sought refuge in a cave to escape the tyranny of their ruler. What makes this story so powerful is the divine protection they received from Allah. Once they entered the cave, Allah caused them to sleep for many years, centuries, in fact, while the world outside changed around them. The exact number of years is not specified in the Quran, but it mentions that they slept for several hundred years. When they awoke, they felt as though they had slept for only a few hours. They had no idea how much time had passed, and when they emerged from the cave, they discovered that the world was no longer the same. The once oppressive regime had fallen, and their faith was now accepted by the people. Now, one interesting element in the Quranic narrative is the mention of their dog, who stayed at the entrance of the cave, watching over them. The Quran refers to this dog in a respectful manner, showing that loyalty and companionship, even from an animal, can be divinely blessed. The story of Ashab-e-Kahf is a sign from Allah about His power to control time, life, and death, and it serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of steadfast faith. Now, let's look at how the story of Ashab-e-Kahf compares to similar narratives in other religious traditions. In Christian tradition, a very similar story is told about a group known as the Seven Sleepers of Ephesus. According to Christian legends, these young men were also persecuted for their faith during the reign of a Roman emperor, likely Decius. They sought refuge in a cave and, much like Ashab-e-Kahf, fell into a deep sleep that lasted for centuries. When they awoke, the Roman Empire had embraced Christianity, and their faith was no longer a crime. The number of companions differs in Christian sources. They are usually referred to as seven sleepers, but the core elements of the story, such as their persecution, divine protection, and eventual reawakening, are strikingly similar. What does this tell us? Well, it's a clear indication that this story of divine intervention and faith transcends religious boundaries. It's a testament to how people of different faiths have always looked to the heavens for signs of hope and protection. There are also references to similar stories in Jewish folklore and even in historical sources from the Byzantine period, showing that the story of the sleepers was known across various cultures and religions. Now that we've explored the story itself, let's talk about the lessons we can draw from it. The first and most important lesson is about faith and perseverance. Ashab-e-Kahf stood firm in their belief despite the threats to their lives. They didn't waver, and in return, Allah granted them divine protection. This teaches us the value of remaining steadfast in our faith, no matter how challenging the circumstances may be. Another key lesson is the concept of time. For Allah, time is completely relative. The companions slept for centuries, but to them, it felt like only a few hours. This is a powerful reminder that we, as human beings, are bound by time, but Allah controls time itself. It also reflects the temporary nature of this world and how, in the grand scheme of things, the time we spend here is insignificant compared to eternity. Thirdly, the role of youth in this story is essential. The Ashab-e-Kahf were young men, yet their faith was unwavering. Youth, in Islam, is often seen as a period of great strength, potential, and responsibility. The story of Ashab-e-Kahf serves as an example of how the younger generation can lead the way in faith and righteousness. Lastly, some scholars believe that the story of Ashab-e-Kahf has connections to the end times and the signs of the Day of Judgment. Their story is seen as a precursor to the ultimate test of faith that humanity will face. This makes the lessons of Ashab-e-Kahf all the more relevant to us today. One of the great mysteries surrounding Ashab-e-Kahf is the location of the cave itself. While the Quran does not specify the location, several theories have emerged over the centuries. One popular theory is that the cave is located near Amman, Jordan, where a site known as Rahib has been identified as the possible resting place of the companions. Archaeological findings, including tombs and inscriptions, suggest that this could indeed be the cave mentioned in the Quran. Another possible location is in Turkey, where a cave near Ephesus is often associated with the Seven Sleepers. While this aligns more with the Christian version of the story, it's fascinating to see how closely these sites are linked across different traditions. There are also claims of the cave being in Syria and other parts of the Middle East, but the exact location remains a mystery. What is clear, however, is that the story of Ashab-e-Kahf continues to captivate believers around the world, regardless of where the actual cave may be. The story of Ashab-e-Kahf holds deep symbolic meaning. The cave can be seen as a symbol of refuge and protection, not just physical protection, but spiritual as well. Just as the companions found safety in the cave, believers can find refuge in their faith, turning to Allah in times of hardship. In today's world, where faith is constantly being tested, the story of Ashab-e-Kahf reminds us to stay strong and patient. Whether we face societal pressures, personal struggles, or global challenges, the story teaches us that Allah's protection is always near for those who remain true to their beliefs. Moreover, the story of Ashab-e-Kahf has a timeless quality. It is not just a historical event, but a lesson for all generations. Whether it's youth struggling to hold on to their values or entire communities facing persecution, this story serves as a beacon of hope and resilience. And it's not just Muslims who can draw inspiration from this story. The universal themes of faith, perseverance, and divine protection resonate with people of all faiths, making Ashab-e-Kahf a story that truly transcends religious boundaries. In conclusion, the story of Ashabe-e-Kahf is much more than a tale of miraculous sleep. It's a story of faith, perseverance, and Allah's divine power over time and history. We've explored their journey as told in the Quran, compared it to other religious traditions, and uncovered the spiritual and symbolic lessons that we can apply to our lives today. As always, I encourage you to reflect on these teachings and incorporate the lessons of Surah Al-Kahf into your daily life. Don't forget to recite this surah, as it offers protection from the Dajjal and is a source of immense blessings. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others. And stay tuned for more episodes where we'll continue exploring the mysteries of history, faith, and the unseen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.